Hey everyone, welcome. My name's Holly. I'm a psychic medium and energy reader. And today's vibe, when I asked Spirit for the vibe, I picked up this is a really heavy mug with the embossed compass on it. So this is about finding direction. And what is your true north? What is it that you really want? Because what you want, what you think you want, what is your direction and purpose, sometimes it can make you get so dizzy that you get disoriented. When in doubt, when you don't know what to do and you don't know what direction and to take or what direction you're even facing, if you're not sure what people's motivations are, to give you an old Southern line, just pray on it. To whatever entity that is your knowledge of the Creator, ask for guidance and help. Call on the archangels, call on your personal spirit guides and guardians. But ask for direction and ask for help because they want to help. And that's the vibe and the message. Okay. I'll be honest, this is like the third time. I normally just let the videos roll and ride with whatever happens. But I don't know. I guess I tried to even meditate this morning before doing this, and I was up so early, I just ended up falling asleep for a few minutes. So anyway, that's okay. Sometimes you can just get too in your head. And again, when that happens, just stop what you're doing and ask for divine intervention. Ask to be shown with clarity and guidance what to do. Ask for healing. Ask for understanding. And they said to look at the bottom of the deck. Oh, did I say what this is? This is the Unfolding Path Tarot. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles, coins, whatever you want to call them. A lot of decks use sunflowers, but there are also roses and lilies. Oh. The hands around it. Aces are always or typically considered positive cards. And this one is someone is manifesting and creating groundedness and wellness. Someone is creating prosperity and wellness. There's going to be okay, thank you, Spirit. I just got them. Okay, I actually just heard there's going to be someone is receiving, or there's going to be incoming news soon of an offer that will help you uncover the truth of a situation related to finances and perhaps a work-related thing. Yeah, I feel like someone's about to be offered a job. So yeah, someone's going to be offered a job. Someone is going to be offered an opportunity. I just heard to glow. That's interesting. So someone's going to be offered an opportunity to glow. So don't be afraid of letting your light shine if this is your reading. And this is a general reading. Please remember that. It's a general reading. It cannot apply to everyone. If it's not yours, sit down and think about very clearly what are your priorities and what do you want and in what order, because we all have an order to our priorities. Yeah. What is it that is most important to you in your life, and what do you want to see through, and what are you doing to nourish yourself in the process? Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Clarity and understanding is coming. And we have the Nine of Wands. That was sticking out to the side. I feel like this is an aside. It's not going to be part of the reading, so I'm putting it back in. Someone is standing firm and someone is in protection mode. Someone feels the need to protect themselves. All right. let's get into the reading. And that was not connected to anything. That was just something I saw and needed to talk about. All right. What is the message for the collective? What is the collective reading, or what is the general reading for those members of the collective that will resonate with it? One more time. Okay. Oh, well, you've got to be kidding me. In one of the readings that I did not use, the Hanged Man was the first card that came out. And check this out. It's the Hanged Man again. Whew. All right, there is truly, at this point, I mean, it came out in, what was it, yesterday or the day before's reading. It came out in the first reading that I decided I just couldn't finish. I'm not in a good headspace. And it came out again. The Hanged Man. Spirit, please take over. And please take over. What am I supposed to? Okay. They said to pick up the card on top, and that would be part of the clarification. And it is the Eight of Swords. This is someone who feels afraid and imprisoned, and they don't have to be. All they have to do is stand up. All they have to do is stand up. That's not a real wall. That's not a real prison. Those are not real bars. All they have to do is stand up. Okay. Spirit, take over, please. What is the message? What is the message of the Hanged Man? What is the message, please? Guidance is coming. Guidance is on the way. If you do not listen, it will be the last opportunity to hear it for a while. It will come back again, but not for a long time. Guidance is on the way. I just keep hearing that over and over again. Ask your guides for help, but understand that they can only help us with the things that we choose to act upon. They can tell us all day, or they can give us suggestions and nudges all day, but if we don't act on it, it's not going to happen. That could be in work life, romantic life, family life, community life. I'm also hearing, do not let fear dictate your life. Fear is the most awful four-letter word in the language. Fear stifles creativity. It blocks the voice of spirit. When you live your life, help me out, I want to get this right. When you live your life from a place of fear, you are negating the truth that you are divinely guided. That's big. It's almost like your fear is greater than your trust in divinity. Pray on it. And I'm not saying whatever entity you want to pray to. Okay, there are a bunch of religions and a bunch of ways to God, goddess, whatever. When we come into a place of peace, we have to get out of our heads and our own head, and we have to look at things from a different perspective in order to fully understand where we are in reality, because sometimes we think we're here when if we just shift it around and look at it a little differently, we realize, oh, wait a minute, that's not a wall at all. Like if I did this, it would look like she's in prison. As soon as I do that, it's like, girl, you need to stand up. There is nothing holding you back but you. That's the truth of the situation. Okay, and I feel like I can take a breath now. I feel like I can release some of that energy. And I can take a breath. Breathe deeply and exhale fully. And understand that it's your perspective that changes everything. That's pretty impressive. Almost as impressive as hearing that when we live and function from fear, we negate our connection to the divine, or we question it, or we don't believe in it. And if you know, yeah, we all cross at some point. We all leave the physical form we've incarnated into. So life can be fleeting. Even if you live to be 100, it's still fleeting in the eyes of eternity and spirit. Souls are energy, and you know, it's neither created nor destroyed. Although I've seen some pretty dark ones that got pretty close to being reabsorbed, and it's only happened a couple of times in the death walking work. Surprisingly. Yeah. So even though the energy for Wednesday, because I'm seeing a big W, W-E-D, Wednesday. So the energy for Wednesday at first may feel overwhelming and a little daunting. Just remember, even in the deepest, darkest woods, if you know your direction, if you know where the sun rises and where the sun sets, if you have a compass, you can find your way back. You can find your way home. Always ask for intervention, always ask for clarity, always ask for the truth, always ask to be seen the truth. And then ask for the wisdom and the courage to be able to accept it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a fan of living in fear. And I have done a whole lot of that at different points, mainly in my work life, by staying for a long time in a career path that served some needs but not others. And, you know, daggone it, it's that whole thing about a calling and a purpose. Turned out, I don't know if it was or not. All right, let's go ahead and get another message, and then I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to use the Pocket Rider-Waite. All right, this one came out. Queen of Cups. Someone's finally starting to love themselves. That's what I just got. Someone is finally starting to see their own value and their own worth outside of anyone else. All right, two more came out. Oh, look at this. All right. And then we have the Emperor. And then, interestingly, we had, I can't remember if the Ace of Pentacles showed up in this reading or one that I scrapped. The mountains in the background and the lilies in the front and the gateway. Yeah, you're getting ready to come into, it feels like the hardship is over. Traversing those huge mountains was the hardest part. And once you learn to love yourself, you come into your authority, you come into your knowing, you come into your peace, you come into your strength, and that is when you start to live your best life. Now, Spirit, is this one person? Is this or is this a double facet of, are these two facets of the same person, or are these two people? Okay, if it is one way or the other, this has to happen first. Self-acceptance and self-love. When that happens, you are in line to be with someone of Emperor energy, which is fantastic. This is about the best card you could get with that. If this is a single person, not coupled up, but like an individual person, if this is an individual person, this still has to come first in order for you to find your strength and be an emperor in your own life. One way or the other, either way you read it, it doesn't matter, because this Ace of Pentacles, it feels like what I'm hearing is the birth of a new reality. It is the birth of a new reality. Okay. All right. I am going to call this a day. So, as far as the readings go, and I will pick up with a Thursday and then a Friday reading, and we'll call it a week. And we'll see what happens with those. It's the trajectory and the arc of the readings has been very strange and exhausting this week. Agatha, honey, what are you doing? Hold on a minute. I gotta let you go. She's stuck. She got her claw stuck on her toy or on the carpeters. Oh, no, she just got loose. Okay. Agatha, what are you doing, honey? She's such a strange little girl. At least she's feeling better. Thank God she's feeling better. All right. I will talk to you all later. Have a good day. And remember, fear, this is a general reading. You do what you want. But when you live your life in fear, then you're not really living. So, all right, everyone. I'll talk to you later. Bye.